This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, here we are, October the 25th, 2021. And of course, I am 2 days away from my first vacation in 2 years, heading to Toronto for Frightmare in the Falls. But I'm going to have some fun in the meantime, though, because I have a very gorgeous woman on the phone for me, or on the show with me today on Zoom. She was the star, I put in quotes here, of Secret Santa. And if you've seen Secret Santa, you know why she's the star. Folks, I give you the absolutely beautiful Michelle Renee Allaire. How do you do, Michelle?
Hi, Greg. How are you today?
You know, they say that Christmas movies are starting to play now. Or since you were in Secret Santa, are you in Christmas mode yet? Or are you?
Absolutely. Absolutely, especially for something like Secret Santa.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you know what? Look what I have here. Look at that.
Oh, yay. That's awesome. I love it.
I got the Blu-ray of Secret Santa. Yep. I don't know how much Adam Marcus is going to pay me for putting this on here, but
I love it. I have a big poster. I have that poster in my restaurant as well. It's life size. I love it.
look, oh gee, it's not going to show it. See if I can shed some light on this.
I see what you're looking at.
Yeah, it's your one of your big moments in the film.
It's the star.
It's a
It's the
star.
star.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking through my list of people. It's funny, you said either today or November 1st, and I was like, I think November 1st might have been when I had you on before last year. The
Oh,
problem,
that's wild.
yeah, that would have been perfect, except for the fact that I'm in Toronto. Um, then I mean I'm gonna bring my stuff with me, so it's not like I couldn't have done it, but I'm kind of like, if I'm in Toronto for Frightmare and visiting friends, it probably would be a best idea that I concentrate on that.
Yeah, if you're on vacation, stay on vacation.
I wish I could stay on vacation.
I know.
I'm an essential worker. I work as a cleaner, and I'll tell you, cleaners were kind of among one of the unsung heroes of the pandemic. I'll tell you that. But I've had a couple of 16-hour work weeks, 16-hour work days in the last short while. I tell you, I am feeling it. I'll tell you that.
I
But
know all about those days as well.
yeah, so anyway, I'm glad to be on here. Glad to be able to do this and talk some Secret Santa. You know, yeah, I showed this to my younger brother Christmas a couple years ago, and we both really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
last year I think it was it might have been Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. My younger brother, who is married and has three kids, and his boys are all in college, and they had all their girlfriends over. And all of a sudden he starts texting me and he sends me a selfie of himself and everyone in the room. And then he sends me a picture of me and Nate in the car. And he goes, nice introduction. So my nephews and their girlfriends and my brother and his wife all watched Secret Santa together for the first time. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was like, oh my God, my nephews will never look at me the same.
Your introductory. Oh, let me see. What was that?
In the car, do you remember the car scene?
Do I remember? Do I remember? Let me jog my memory. Nate, I don't remember you. I remember a hindquarters sticking up.
You remember correctly. And some mumbled dialogue. Yes. Nice
You,
introduction.
I bet you they're really gonna look at you differently after that movie for more than one reason.
Well, they live in Atlanta, and I haven't seen them since because of the pandemic. So one of my nephews is getting married next summer, so I will definitely be going to the wedding next year, and that will be fun.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh.
Please do.
They won't cross you though, because after all, you can put up a fight.
True, that is true. I will bring those punches up.
How have you been dealing with the pandemic, you know?
It's been interesting, challenging, because as you know, I have a restaurant, and we are one of the hardest hit industries in the world during this whole thing. So I actually, because I have children to feed and a house to maintain, and I, was a little freaked out like everyone. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. I was like, how do I do this when I have zero income? So the minute my restaurant had to shut down on March 17th of 2020, I started applying for jobs, and I got a job at the Trader Joe's right down the street from the diner. And I started working at Trader Joe's. So I know all about those 16-hour days. So
Hmm.
I was doing, we were closed for 6 weeks. So I went into the restaurant at night and during the day, and I did a lot of repair work that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. I was like, how do I take advantage of this time of my business being closed? So, there was no food in the refrigerator. So we took out all the wire shelving. My friend has a powder coating business. We took it to him. He scrubbed everything down and recoated all the shelves for the refrigerators and freezers. I fixed any broken tile on the floors. I cleaned up, I painted, I like really took advantage of how can I bring some new energy that will feel good and refreshing when people are allowed to come back. So that was what I did during the days. And then I worked at Trader Joe's at night. And then when we were open for the day, like 3, 4 days a week in the beginning, because I didn't know how it was going to go, I would do the diner from 7:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon, and then I would walk over to Trader Joe's and work there from 3 to 10 at night. So it kind of it's yeah, I did that 3 days in a row. I did that every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then I worked at the diner on Sunday mornings. So I was pulling, a light 52-hour work week in 3.5 days. But you do what you have to do, and it worked because what I didn't realize I was creating at the same time was one, another group of friends,
Hmm.
and the other, it became my social life. Like while everyone else was like, I'm bored, and I'm at home and I'm bored, I'm like, I'm not bored. I'm at work. I'm in the public, either working in a restaurant or working in a grocery store 52 hours a week. So on my days when I was home, I was so happy to be home and had no reason to leave my house at all. So it worked out really well, and it was Trader Joe's was a blessing for me during the pandemic. Absolutely.
God bless Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and I stayed there for over a year. I didn't quit my job at Trader Joe's until this past June, when I decided to open in July, when I opened the restaurant 7 days a week again. Then I was like, okay, now I can go back to focusing on that. So that's what I did
Wow.
to survive.
You know what? I've worked through the pandemic because I work as a cleaner, and I'll tell you, it's hard finding people to work because I'll tell you, there's a lot of people right now on CERB, and a
Hmm.
lot of people that are on CERB are not interested to go back to work.
Yes, same down here.
Yep. Well, we had one night, my God bless my supervisor, I empathize with her. She's in a bad spot, but she has told me, and I quote, she said, "You're the only one I can call who doesn't bitch about it." And
Yeah.
yeah, well, one night I cleaned two Canada Post and a Bell Alliant. The Bell Alliant I was kind of in and out, but I cleaned those, and I get this phone call from my supervisor, and she said, "So and so just quit." He said, "Could you please clean the school for me?" And I was like, "But I have to do the stairwells and lobby at the cotton mill, and nobody seems to want to do that." And And anyway, I said yes, I would do it. The guy that quit was only working 3 nights a week. And his excuse was he didn't know it was Thursday. So when I met the guy to get his swipe car and key, I said to him, I said, you do realize I've just done 2 Canada Post, a Bell Alliant. I still got to do Cotton Mill. Now I got to do the school. You do realize I got to clean up your mess. And all he could say was sorry. And I'm like, had I known what the school was like, but prior to getting there, he might have not rode off on his bike. I got to the school. I ordered a pizza before I started because I got there at 11 o'clock at night. I thought I'm going to get something to eat before I start because the school's a 7-hour job. I went to the washroom. There's 3 washrooms on that main floor to get paper towel to wipe my mouth with. Not one dispenser had paper towel in it.
Oh no.
And I didn't get done that in the barracks across the way. It was 1 the following afternoon. And then I found out, gee, the guy still hadn't done the UPS, which he was supposed to also do. So I had to do the UPS that night. Plus I had Cotton Mill. I didn't get back home until 7 p.m. the following night.
Oh my gosh.
You want to know what my body felt like?
A mess.
Yep. And all I kept thinking of is you got these people out there too lazy to work. Now, I agree that doctors and nurses, I agree they should be paid more, but I don't know why they don't throw cleaners into that same. They never bring us up because we're the one job in the world where people would prefer to spit on us as opposed to look at us. And I felt that. So anyway, yeah, I've done that. I know Adam Marcus was at 13 Fanboy this weekend. I'm a co-producer on that. My
I
pictures
saw your name on the big screen. I was going to mention that, and I also saw your photo in the thing with the blood splattered photos. It was amazing. I was like, Greg Gilbert, yay! I applauded for you when your name came on the screen. I was sitting next to Adam. You can ask him.
well, I thank you for that. Because
course.
well, you guys were celebrating. I wasn't seeing the movie. I was doing a couple 16-hour shifts.
I'm so sorry.
I did tell my supervisor, I said, watch 13 Fanboy. I just thought let somebody watch it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So I'm glad I've had a couple of people from the movie. Christy Fontenot and Troy Elke. Christy Fontenot sent me a photograph of my picture on the screen.
Nice.
And Troy Elke said, "You're front and center."
Yep.
So,
It was
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. I wanted my picture in a scene with Tracy Savage because I had big crush on her growing up, and
Mhm.
so yeah, she was the reason I got involved with this movie. So,
Oh, that's so
it's,
sweet.
oh yeah, yeah. She's been on here a couple of times. She says I make her feel good. So yeah, but I plan to have her on again this between Christmas and New Year's, and I can remind her how much money I spent on this movie because of her.
Well, yes, that should make her feel really good.
Well, you know what they say? They say men, all guys will say women make you spend money. You don't say.
It happens. It does happen. Yes.
But I was happy to have my name on it. And yeah, I probably would have still been involved with the movie in some way. But when I found out Tracy Savage was involved, I was like, oh, my wallet is going to bleed.
It's okay. It was well worth it.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Even though I'm kind of outside here and at work, I still felt like I was part of it. So yeah,
It's good.
yeah. So Deborah Sullivan sent me said I put the picture on Facebook of my blood splatter photo. Deborah Sullivan put so handsome, and I put my response was, you know, it's funny how I have to be splattered in blood to get that compliment.
Oh, that's hilarious. You're like, thank you. That's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But wow, what was the screening like?
The screening was great. There were quite a few people there, and you know, big screen. The sound was amazing, and people really, really enjoyed it. I don't know if we were supposed to know, but Corey Feldman snuck in and watched the movie and snuck out, but I noticed. So yeah, but it was great. I mean, everyone was just more than happy and applauding everything and everyone, and like the first time someone's face would be on the screen or they would enter a scene, it was just like super exciting, and it was great. It was super suspenseful, and I really, really enjoyed the ride. And then Adam moderated the Q&A afterwards, and it was so cute because people in the audience, pretty much any guy that had anything to say had the boy crush from growing up and needed to address who his crush was and how happy they were that the movie was here and stuff. So it was really great. And Deborah was amazing in it, as were Will and Nigel from our skeleton crew people. Yeah, so it was really, I love seeing my friends on that screen. It's awesome.
Yeah, Tracy Savage was one of my crushes. So yeah, but yeah, well, I was at work while you guys were doing that, but at the same token, you know, I have no complaints. There's no screenings of it here in Canada, and I said to Debbie Sue, I'm going to be in Toronto from October 28th to November 4th for Frightmare in the Falls. I said, is there a possibility? 'Cause I doubt we'll get it here,
Hmm.
you know. So I was like, it's a possibility we can get Toronto, and she didn't think so, but because I prefer to see it with an audience as opposed
Oh
to,
yeah, it's so
yeah,
much more fun.
it's about the same as comparing hearing music on a CD and seeing the band in concert.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I've seen Friday the 13th Part 6 many times. Jason Lives. I got the box set of Friday the 13th. I've seen Jason Lives many times. But when I was in Toronto last in 2019 for Horrorama, I saw a midnight screening of Jason Lives at what they
Oh
call the Drunken Cinema.
yeah. Those are the best ones.
Yep. And I got to see Blood Opera, a band that I'm good friends with, perform before it. And I saw the movie on the big screen. It's different when you see it on
Yes.
the big screen.
Yes.
So that was my argument, which is why I was not a fan of the whole streaming thing. But nonetheless, um, I am looking forward to my vacation. I need it in so many
Yes.
ways.
Yes. Take very, very good care of yourself, please.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, speaking of 13 fanboy, CJ Graham is supposed to be one of the people at Frightmare. So, but I got thinking to myself, if I'm a co-producer on that movie, wouldn't that technically make me his boss?
Oh, you have a point there.
I'm kind of sitting here thinking, shouldn't he get my tea and
Oh, I don't know about that,
double
but
double and
there you
what?
go.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You should have an assistant. You should have an assistant, Greg.
My assistant is over there licking himself right now,
Okay.
and judging from the mess in my apartment right now, he does not clean while I'm out.
No, the
My
cleaning man needs a cleaning crew of his own.
my kitty is lazy. He's lazy.
Okay. I'm sure he gives you lots of snuggles and good stuff.
Yeah, he does. I have to shake the treat bag first, but
That's okay. We all got to do something.
wonder if that'll work on CJ Graham if I start shaking.
You just have to find out what the favorite treat is.
Well, I thought Temptations worked for everything.
Well, yeah, but some people have different style of treats that they like to shake in front of. So your homework on that one.
So plug your restaurant here. What's your restaurant called?
Oh, so it's called S&W Country Diner. It's just a tiny little bitty hole in the wall in Culver City, California. And we just serve breakfast and lunch. We're open 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. 7 days a week now. It's fascinating. We get a lot of people from other parts of the world who want to have a traditional American breakfast. Like every time, like there were two French girls over the weekend. They're like, okay, so we want a traditional American breakfast. What do we get? And so we're like, okay, bacon, eggs, banana pancakes, or depending if some people come from the South, we serve grits. We have fried tomatoes, biscuits and gravy, all that yummy stuff. So it's really good.
So what if I show up there at 5 p.m.? You mean to tell me I couldn't get breakfast?
Yep, because
You're not.
nobody's gonna be there to cook.
Listen, what ever happened to breakfast all day?
Well, we do serve breakfast all day, but our day ends too.
You ever hear the Stephen Wright joke? Stephen Wright said that he once went to a restaurant that said breakfast anytime, so he ordered pancakes during the Renaissance.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, we do serve breakfast all day as long as we're open. Breakfast or lunch, actually. You can get a cheeseburger and fries at 8 o'clock in the morning. We don't care.
Perfect. So if
Yeah.
I showed up there, you say till it's open till 2?
Yes.
So if I show up there at 1:59, I can still get breakfast.
You could, but I wouldn't guarantee it would be a smile.
Listen to me being a pain in the ass customer.
Well, no, we get that oftentimes, but what I just gauge everything off of whether if there's other people at the restaurant that are still eating and they don't look like they're going anywhere for a minute, I'll let somebody come in at the last minute and still sit down and eat because chances are they'll be gone before the other people that are there anyway. So we do it.
So how often does Adam and the Cackle Queen come in there?
I don't, semi-regular. It's I prefer to meet them somewhere and go have dinner and drinks than just because when they come to the restaurant, I don't really get to spend a lot of quality time with them. So I would rather work and then meet them somewhere else afterwards. But they come on the regular. They schedule if they have any business meetings in or around Culver City with people from Sony or whatnot, they always bring their business to the diner. So that's always cool because then I get to meet the people and kind of check things out. And I always put them at the table, the nice little booth that's right next to the Secret Santa poster. So we get it all set up just right. So yeah.
I call Deborah Sullivan the Cackle Queen.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Because she has the best laugh on the planet. And especially like in Secret Santa, when she uses that, her laugh is a character in and of itself. And it's genius. Absolutely genius.
Plus, she opens her mouth so wide. That still photo, it shows her and it was at Pat Destro.
Pat Destro, yeah, we're there.
Yeah, and
I love it.
So I call her the Cackle Queen, and
I might have to go watch Secret Santa today. You're making me like want to go watch the movie again.
Oh, I love this movie. I was so sad that this didn't get a full theatrical release upon, because there's so many bad movies out there. Something like this, yeah, like we can't get 13 Fanboy in our theaters, but we can get After We Fell, which I think it should fell right into a trash bin, but yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
there's a lot of not so great stuff out there. It's too bad. Well, I'm hoping that, you know, through the course of the holidays that Secret Santa picks up even more momentum this year, and it just, you know, we become that little cult classic that everyone watches every year for their tradition.
I love this. Yeah. This is so much fun, this movie.
Exactly. It's
Actually, it's
fun.
funny. Everybody associates Adam Marcus with Jason Goes to Hell. I get it, but I think this is the best film he's done.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. Even the cameo by Kip Marcus.
Oh yes, yes, the Kip Marcus cameo. Absolutely.
The one that he didn't know about until after the movie was
Right? He's like, oh wait, I was what?
released.
It was genius. It was genius casting. It was genius, you know, usage of that. It was great.
Absolutely. So, how often do you get to meet with Skeleton Crew?
I see them. Well, Adam teaches two classes, Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. I'm in the Wednesday nights, so every single week. And during COVID, we had our classes on Zoom, which
Hmm.
was really quite amazing because we learned so much about how to use Zoom to our advantage, how to, you know, do things and pass a piece of paper over, give somebody something, or you know what I mean, like change our background so that we look like we're in the same place, and all that kind of cool stuff, which was really really fun because now so many auditions and workshops are all still on Zoom. So it helps to know how to light yourself, how to get your background, how to get your camera right, you know what I mean, how to frame yourself right, because there's, you know, often a lot of people are in their frame and they're like this and they're way down there and it's like all this background and it's crazy. But so we, you know, and I jumped in the Tuesday night class during COVID a lot too. So I was doing two classes a week, which was wonderful. So I could see everybody. But yeah, but I see them in class every single Wednesday. Now we have a new location. And so we're doing our scenes live in the building, and it's really cool. And actually tomorrow, what's today's Monday? Wednesday this week, we have what we call Bad Scene Night. I don't know if you've heard of what Bad Scene Night's about. So you have to find the absolute worst material that's been made, and you bring it to class and you have to make it better, because
So let me
oftentimes,
guess, you're gonna do a scene from The Room, right?
no, 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 no. I would be well, you might know the movie I'm doing my scene from. It's a little it's called oh god. It's 365 Days. Have you seen that movie?
I know what movie that is. I haven't seen it, but I know what movie that is.
Yeah, it's kind of soft porn. It's it's in the erotica department, but it is on Netflix. So it's a little out there, but we're doing something from the beginning of the film, not the end of the film. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
It's
Maybe I'm
yeah, it's
thinking of such and such days of summer. That's what I'm
oh
thinking of.
yeah, no, this is 365 days. And the premise of the story is, I don't know if I could, okay, because I'm working with Will Dixon, and I
Okay.
told him, I said, oh, Will, there's this scene where I don't know if you can see this or not, but oh, wait, where'd it go? This is from a scene of the movie. Okay.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautifully shot. But he's like, holy crap. I said, yeah, that's just, you know, part of the movie, but it's very entertaining. Um, yeah. So yeah, so tomorrow night's Bad Scene Night and Wednesday. So we'll be bringing lots of crazy things into class.
So I'm going to take a guess. I bet you're going to have a lot of scenes from The Room put on in that class.
Probably, I know they have in the past, but we've had stuff from Human Centipede. We've had,
What about Neil Breen?
well, I don't know that one. I don't know. I know one year Deborah and this other woman and I, we did The Mists of Avalon, which is crazy because there's so many big names in that movie,
Hmm.
but it was just so bad. Yeah, so we get to be very creative and fun.
Human Centipede. I've never seen that movie. However,
You don't need to.
my first convention was in 2017, the one that Lisa Langwa invited me to. Lisa was in class of 1984. Had it not been for her, I probably wouldn't be traveling now. But when I went to that first convention, um, Ashley C. Williams, who was in Human Centipede, was one of the guests.
Oh, wow.
I hadn't seen the movie, but she was so stunning, I had to go up and get my picture taken with her.
I love it. Why not?
Yeah, she was actually advertising a movie that she was in called Julia, which is another thriller slasher film that she was in. I'm not big on what they call the what do they call those? I don't know, movies like Hostel and Human Centipede and movies like
Mhm.
that. I think horror films should be fun, you know.
Yeah. I like the first Hostel. I did like the first one, the original. It was very suspenseful.
It was very suspenseful, yes, yes. But there comes a point where it's like, are you trying, like, it's one thing to make a statement with your work, and then there's another point where it's like, are you trying to make a statement, or are you just trying to make us throw up, you know?
That too. Yes.
Yeah. So, um, and I'm not against blood in a movie, you know? Like I love the Dario Argento stuff, you know, but
Mhm.
there comes a point where it's like, okay, okay, you made your point. Now I'm starting to be taken out of the movie because now it's like, how far can you push me? And
Right.
I'm this close to being pushed out of my seat to the exit door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. Like this had blood in it, but I mean, this
It
did
was
not
fun
take,
blood.
this was fun.
It was
Yeah,
because it was almost like it wasn't, it was so extreme that that's I think that's what made it so much fun, because it was like, oh, that's not going to really ever happen to me, so I can laugh at it because it's fun and funny, and it's. But some of the things that are too serious with the blood, then you're like, oh god, now I'm afraid for my life. you know like the Achilles being cut, it's like, oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, what do your family members make of this movie, especially your part in it? You mentioned your nephews and nieces there, but
Well, it's interesting because my mom, I think she watched it, but she only watched it. She told me later, she's like, I only watched it to see, because in the end of the movie, the kid in the van playing the video games,
hmm.
that's my son. And so
Ah,
she's like, oh, I only watch it so I could see Jaden. And I was like, that's what she does. So I'm like, okay, good job, mom. So she probably just like skimmed through the whole movie until she saw Jaden, and then she probably watched the last 10 minutes of the movie so she could see Jaden. So that's how that went. But I don't even know if I think my sister's seen it. I don't know. She lives in the state of Washington. I don't know, but I know, like, my children have, all of them have been to a lot of the screenings and stuff. And so Adam always tells them, okay, when you hear so and so say da 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 da, close your eyes and cover your ears. And we skip that scene with Nate and myself. And then when you hear this line, you can open your eyes again. So only my daughter has seen the whole movie. My sons have not seen those parts of the movie. They don't want to, and I'm like, good. You don't ever need to see that.
what did your daughter say?
Oh, she's cool. I mean, she's almost 24 years old. She's like, she's like, good for you, mom. That was great. Like, awesome. No, she's incredible. She is like my best friend on this planet. We've been best friends forever, and we do so many fun things together. As a matter of fact, we were supposed to go to the Korn and System of a Down. We're supposed to have a concert Saturday night, but Serge from System of a Down got COVID, so they had to cancel the show and reschedule for February. But like, that's what we do. We have tickets to see Tool in January, and we go to like all these like hard rock music festivals. We'll go to 3-day music festivals, just the two of us, and just go hang out and drink and bang our heads and have fun, and that's what we do. So it's cool.
How can your daughter be 24 when you're only 39?
I know, it's crazy. Things happened in life, you know?
Well, you stole your scenes in this movie, you know.
Oh, thank you.
I love the star scene in that
Yeah,
movie. That was well timed, very surprising, um, very inventive.
yeah.
Was it Adam
Super,
Marcus
super.
that came up with that, or what?
Absolutely, absolutely. Adam Marcus came up with Adam and Deb together wrote the movie and came up with all those amazing things. And you know, there were a couple little things that got adjusted along the way, especially like when Nate and I had our little fight scene in the living room. We were just kind of blocking some things out, and me and my crazy, I was like, what if he throws the chair at me as I'm running by? And Adam's like, no one's throwing chairs over your head. No. I said, what if I run faster and he just misses me? He's like, okay, we can try that. And that's what we did. And that's when the chair went into the tree and had to stay there for the whole rest of the time, because you could not do that twice, right? So so it was cool though. So there were little moments where, you know, things we switch a little bit, but pretty much Adam's vision was, you know, Adam and Deb's vision from start to finish. Every word, every action, every moment, everything. But we were still allowed to create our character within, you know, all the parameters of his vision, which was so much fun.
I thought one of the best scenes in the movie was where you were beating the ever-loving snot out of out of him.
Yeah, those are my we that was a 2 day, that was two days of that, and those are my favorite 2 days of my life, I think.
He goes,
Outside of, you know,
and
family.
he keeps going harder.
Yeah, yeah. He just wanted more, so I gave it to him.
How much fun was he to work with?
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, I love Nate with all my heart, and we we're such good friends and our chemistry is so amazing. And when Adam said that we were working together as a couple, I was like, yes, this is going to be so much fun, because we physically, there were no problems, you know what I mean? I was like, do whatever you need to do, but whatever, it's fair game, you know? And we did, and it was fun. It was like so much freaking fun. And I felt like really like we were a real couple, and it was super cool. I love working with, I would work with him all the time.
Yeah, real couples generally do things when they're driving. So
Yeah. Hey, you know, practice makes perfect, right?
yeah, I gotta bring up the just a second here. I gotta bring up the lead here. A Leslie Keyes. Yeah, she got a bird's eye view and some bedroom scenes off scene though.
Yes, yes, yes.
Lucky her to be the structured the smallest.
Well, you know, and that's, you know, that's another wonderful thing that Adam does for his actors is during shooting a scene like that, he's like, you're not going to be the only girl in the room. Like, I will put another female in the room for you so that you're comfortable. And, you know, and she, you know, she had my robe every time we were done. She threw me my robe and I put it on between takes and whatever adjustments and, you know, direction Adam needed to give. But she was there the whole time. She saw everything. It was just Adam, the cameraman, the light, Nate, and There was 5 of us in the room. That was it. And so yeah, it was very, very safe, and I'm glad she was there.
Yeah, she was there, all right.
Mhm. Yeah, she had a view I didn't have, because I was looking up and she was looking up and she was on the floor looking up, which is a whole nother situation. She might be
Oh,
scarred for life, and I apologize for that, but
well, we just lost John Gilbert. You have
yeah.
any memories of him?
Johnny G, one and only, definitely a one and only on this planet. There's no one like Johnny. Um, yeah, it was what was really cool was how everyone just immediately bonded even tighter to help him get through the shoot. you know, like I'm not a French expert, but I do take French classes and try to speak a little bit of French. So
Mhm.
when it came time for him to do the French, I wrote it all out phonetically for him. So we were standing there and we would do one line at a time, and Adam would record him, and I'd be like, okay, Johnny, da da da, da, and then he'd just repeat it and just do it. And then Adam put that all into the movie so that it was helpful to him and it wasn't as stressful for him to try to be doing French accent and remembering the words and the dialogue and everything at the same time. But everybody really came together to help him and make it as graceful and loving of an experience for him as it was for us.
Yeah, he
So
was great in the movie. Yeah.
he's fantastic. Oh my God. Like no one, we in class, we always called it, you got Johnny G'd, because if you're doing a scene with him and he would forget his lines, he just keeps going. He's so extraordinary that he just keeps going, and he makes you look like you're the one who forgot what you were doing. And we're like, oh my God. And Adam would be like, yep, you just got Johnny G'd, because he didn't know what the hell was going on, but it made you look like the one who didn't know. So he was extraordinary, just extraordinary, loving, compassionate human being with a heart of gold. And we're also blessed to have him in the film and in our lives.
His scenes with the Cackle Queen, for anybody listening, that's why I call Deborah Sullivan, were great, especially at the front door. What a way.
Yes, and we're all like peeking in the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really gave each other a good run for their money. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I love the Cackle Queen.
Yes,
Who doesn't love the Cackle
who
Queen?
does? I was gonna say, who doesn't? And if
Yeah.
you don't, you need to.
Yeah, and of course she's in 13 Fanboy as well.
And she's so great in that. She's so great. She plays such a great detective. So I'm so glad that she got to add a little something different to her reel as well, which is wonderful.
Does she get the cackle in it?
No, she does not.
Well, then
Because
I'm protesting.
she's the head and the investigator. She's a detective. She's the boss.
Yeah, but
She's
she
not,
could be a cackling head detective.
no, no, not this time around.
I'm gonna have to protest.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'm quite positive that in the future films that are coming from Skeleton Crew Productions, that Deborah will have her moments to have her cackle moments so that we can all enjoy it.
I've now got two things now. She has her cackle moment, and Ali Rivera has to get cheek pinches.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, because I started that too. I'm sure Ali loves the fact I started that.
Oh, I'm sure she's more than thrilled.
I wanted to get her back on here, and I planned to have her back on here, but she told me that she's getting married,
Yes, she is.
and I said, why would you marry somebody else? I said, I promised an infinite amount of cheek pinches. What can he promise?
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, she's very happy though. So that's wonderful.
She has to be happy. All I keep seeing, anytime there's I can't picture Allie angry. She's always got that happy face.
Yes, yes,
You
you're
know?
right about that.
Yeah. No, we love Ali Rivera. I know people that started tuning into those live shows because
Oh,
Ali was just so festive.
yes, Allie and Adam together are dynamic. Their energy is so much fun. And yeah, I think people were watching more for the entertainment of the two of them and the way they connected than actually, like, I mean, we're all throwing our money in and getting our stuff and supporting, the project, which is amazing. But yeah, the entertainment was priceless.
I got an associate producer credit on that, and I got posters. I did an unveiling video, but this is kind of like a temporary location for me until my brother and sister-in-law and I get our housing project going. So I got the poster and stuff in the tube there somewhere. I'm not even sure what else I'm supposed to get. Cackle Queen did message me and ask me what size T-shirt I take, So I
Nice.
guess I guess I'm supposed to get a T-shirt. I don't
Okay.
know what I'm supposed to get.
I don't know either,
You
but I'm
know?
sure it's good, whatever it is.
Now that if they gave me 70%, 75% of the gross, that would be
Well, yeah. Wouldn't we all
that,
like that?
wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be
Sure.
great?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So when you did that fight scene, did you how much of that was you and how much was a stunt person? Like did you have
It was all me. It was 100% me. I did everything. I don't have a stunt double. I do all my own stunts.
okay.
Yeah, no, that was 100% me and 100% Nate. All of it.
Okay.
All of it.
Okay. So obviously you're in physically good shape to do that stuff.
Yes, I try to be.
Okay. Now have you
No,
done stunts
I do
and
all my own stuff.
okay. So in your other filmography, you do your own stunts and other stuff as well?
Yeah, I've never had anybody do a stunt for me. Not yet.
What's your
The
most
only
dangerous?
thing Adam said I'm not allowed to do is there's a film that's coming up in early 2022 that we'll be shooting, and there's a fall that how Anna did the fall for from the porch. Those are the only kinds of things I'm not allowed to do myself. But all the fight choreography, like did you see Nerd Girls?
No, I
Adam.
haven't seen
Oh,
that.
okay. So yeah, I'll send you the link. It's on YouTube, but all the I did a lot. It's all sword work and fighting and all the fight. Yeah, I do all of that. I love it. That's my favorite stuff.
Are you a nerd girl?
Sometimes.
So Adam is in pre-production for his next film, huh?
Yes, yes. Well, his official pre-production starts in January, but he's always pre something something. So it's getting all the financing stuff and all those kinds of things and locations and everything squared away now, so that way when January comes, he can go to the location and get the set ready and get all that and do that kind of end of the pre-production. So that's he's leaving in January for that. So
Is
that
this the wedding one he plans to do?
no, this is not. This one is called Dread, and it's actually it's an action thriller, and it's
Okay.
about three women who I believe are from the Midwest that go to a convention in New Orleans, and
Okay.
they end up getting booked. Oh my God, it's pouring rain here right now. All of a sudden, I can hear the rain. It's so cold and rainy here right now. It's crazy. Um, but they stay in a hotel, and they are trying to get. They end up being kind of trapped in the hotel, and so they end up trying to get out while the people who run the hotel are trying to keep them in. And it's based on sex trafficking. So that's what's coming up next. It's an action thriller. Again, I got to get ready to do all my own stunt stuff. So I'm
I
excited.
like this. I like
It's
the fact that somebody's out there trying to think outside the box. Well, there's
yes,
so much stuff coming to theaters that are just so by the numbers.
yeah.
And people say there's no new ideas out there. Well, I think Adam
There's a
Marcus is
million
definitely
ideas.
thinking, yeah.
Yes,
Wow, I like the sound of that. Are you go? And he's also got one called Fat Cat Massacre he's working on
yes,
because I had Lindsay Hollister on here for a second
yeah. Oh,
time, and
Lindsay's awesome. I love me some Lindsay.
I've had her on here twice, and I was quite when I found out she's going to be in that. I'm like, yeah, she was in Postal
Right?
for Uwe Boll. Yeah. No, I love Lindsay Hollister. So yeah. So do you know who the other two women are that you're gonna be working with?
I don't. I don't know yet, because I don't know that they know yet for sure, because I don't think I know Adam has someone who's casting the leads, and then we have Kate Ingren from Skeleton Crew who's going to be casting the rest. But I know some of our people and who's doing what, but I don't know who the other two women are. So that'll be exciting.
I wonder if one will be the Cackle Queen.
I'm sure. I don't think it'll be one of the three of us. I think she'll have probably something more to do with the actual hotel.
Ah, okay. As long as we have some Cackle Queen.
Oh yeah, oh there will definitely be Cackle Queen, I promise you.
You see, I have to make demands when I see an Marcus movie.
No, no, Deborah will be forever. Like, Deborah will be in everything. There's no way.
I was in my car getting back from somewhere, and yeah, I had yesterday off, so I usually, but when I am my day, I like to go to Tim Hortons, which is kind of like our Starbucks here,
Okay.
and I'll get a tea, and I'll sit in my car and drink it and kind of relax before I come into my apartment. And I left Adam a voice message. I found out through a band, like I mentioned, Blood Opera, who I'm going to see in Toronto, that you can leave messages, voice messages on text.
Yes.
I'm like, this is so much.
You press the little microphone.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not a texting guy, you know? Yeah. And I was like, gee, this is so much easier, you know? So I
Yep.
left Adam a voice message. I was like, guess who I'm interviewing tomorrow?
Aw.
Yeah. I said, I'm having your star player of Secret Santa on, you know? Anyway, and I left him a voice message the night before, though. And I said to him, I said, Adam, got a question for you. Is your refrigerator running? Is it?
Go catch it.
I say, you run out and catch it. I start
Yep.
Of course, he sent me a text saying, love you, Greg.
Yep. I love it.
Damn Skippy.
Skippy, that's right. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. So we were talking before we started recording about Val Kilmer, and you mentioned the documentary. Is there what were your thoughts? Because I know you had worked with him, and it wasn't exactly pleasant in the Adam Marcus movie. But what were your thoughts as you watched that?
I was really sad. It was he has there's defining moments in all of our lives that take us one way or the other. And when people see the documentary and see how close he was to his brother, who had an epileptic seizure and drowned in their pool when their dad was watching them, it kind of, you see the footage of all the films that Val and his brothers were making when they were little kids. I mean, he was dressing up and they were making all these creative things like kids do and having so much fun. He was like one of the first people with that big old camcorder. Remember the big old where you put the tapes
Oh
inside?
yeah.
Dad had one of those. And he has been documenting his entire life since he was a little boy. And so in the beginning of the movie, you see all these boxes of film that they went through to create this documentary. And you just see him running around as this happy little kid with so much joy in his eyes and having so much fun with his brother. And then you see some of that's gone, once the tragedy affects the family and how it affects the relationships inside the family as well as out in the world. And it's everything shifted for real, and he carries that with him in his heart forever, the loss of his brother. So I mean, but he had an amazing career. He's extraordinary actor, and just his choices were his choices as all that evolved. But I think at the end of the movie, like I said, he recognizes that people still come to see things like Tombstone and stuff to see the Val that he was, not so much the Val that he is today. But I think in retrospect, I think, he's really taking a look at his life and his choices. So I was really sad when I watched it, but I was glad that he did that. And I thought it was very brave of him to present this to the world now and have his son Jack narrate the whole thing, and his relationship with his daughter Mercedes and with his ex Joanna Wally was great. so I'm glad that he did that. I think it was very healing for him.
I got to admit, to me, when I think Val Kilmer, I don't think Tombstone. I think Top Secret.
Oh yeah, well, I think the Doors mostly. That was one of my favorites because I'm a big Doors fan anyway. But
Oh, The
yeah,
Doors was great.
the Doors,
Yes, The
yeah. I mean,
Doors,
all of them: the Doors, the Saints, Top Secret, even
Real Genius.
Real Genius, all that stuff. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Willow. I freaking love Willow, and he
Hmm.
tells the story in the documentary. He says how he was in London and he went to see a play, and that's the first time he saw Joanna on stage. And he said he followed her and the people that she was with to a bar, but he never talked to her. He just kind of followed them there and saw her. And then a couple years later, serendipitously, he was cast with her in the movie Willow. And then that's when they fell in love, and then they got married and blah 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 after that. But it was really fascinating how he saw her from afar and was like, that's the woman I want to be with. And then he gets cast in a film with her and then ends up marrying her. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Hey, awesome, awesome, awesome. So I guess everybody from Secret Santa is involved in Skeleton Crew. I was going to ask you if you kept in touch with them, but I suppose if they're all in Skeleton Crew, I guess you have, huh?
Some of them still are, some of them are still not. So it's kind of, there's an ebb and a flow to Skeleton Crew, and people come and people go and people whatever. But Nate and I, yeah, we always we say hi every once in a while, or he'll just pop in the restaurant and surprise me, which is always wonderful. But yeah, so you'll be seeing some new people in the new movies that are coming, and
Hmm.
and that's always fun and exciting to have new people. So.
Well, I've interviewed 5 people from Secret Santa: Adam Marcus, Deborah Sullivan, yourself. I've had Uncle Carter himself on, Curtis Fortier.
Go Curtis.
And I had the composer, Tim Eilers,
Oh
who
yeah,
I can't tell you how much he brings to that film with his
he
music.
really
And I
does.
told, yeah, because I remember seeing when I went looking for interviews from Secret Santa, I actually was looking up who the composer was.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did an incredible job. Oh my gosh, the way he turned Christmas carols into eerie, creepy, vibey, it was genius, just genius.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you do have some projects that I don't know how much you can talk about them, but I'll bring up what I can here.
Okay.
You get some upcoming projects. I got to click your name on here so I can dive into your resume. Um, you got Holy Trip that's in post production. How much can you talk about that?
Oh, that's just that's a little thing. They used the diner as a location for a scene for the thing, and I was played this really obnoxious lady. Was funny. I had to be so mean and rude. It was kind of hard. Um, but yeah, there's a really funny scene at the diner when I come up to the table and approach the people sitting at the table and give them a hard time. So that was that. Not a huge project, but it was a super fun little thing to do.
Okay. And you have, how do you say it? Love-a-side?
Oh, Love Aside. So yeah, Love Aside. I'm not sure where that's at as far as coming, to fruition of being a finished product. But basically, it was my character. She got men to kill themselves by falling in love with them. So it was kind of like an assisted suicide thing. So she wouldn't kill them, so it wasn't really homicide, but she had such an influence on them to talk them into and have them end up killing themselves through love. It was really wild. We actually there was part of the movie where she's a dominatrix, and so there's this place in LA God, what's the name of it? I forgot. Something. Anyway, it's a room that you rent. It's a big space that you rent, and it's for, you know, parties and such. And they have all the apparatus that you could ever need. It's like this flat bed thing, but it's really a cage on the bottom. They've got the crosses you can hang from. There's swings. There's a bed with the posts, and we had that all set up with all these great candles. And then you have the toy closet, which has everything from collars and dog bowls and pee pads and toys and whips and chains and you name it. Everything is in this closet to have at it while you're renting this space. So we shot, that was Sable's home. That was my house in the movie. That was my place. And it was great. It was a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, I don't know where Michael Carlin is on the finished product of any of that, but it was cool. I got to dress up like Marilyn Monroe and walk down Hollywood Boulevard and do some fun things. I'll send you a poster from that. Actually, I can text when I find it. I'll text it to you.
What did you say? Pee pad?
Yeah. Oh, and I actually went to the cemetery where Marilyn Monroe is her stone is on the wall where everybody kisses it with their lipstick.
Yeah.
And so I got to go do a scene of me actually like kissing the wall and paying homage to her, dressed up as her in the white dress and the wig and the whole shebang. So that was really fun. That was really cool.
Why would they need a pee pad?
You know, use your imagination, Greg. I don't know. I've never used it.
I'm like, just go to the bathroom.
Well, you know, I think in other situations they might be necessary. Oh, Lord.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Dungeon West. That's what it's called. Dungeon West. So there you go.
What? That's the name of what?
The location that you can rent.
Well, I won't be there renting it. Okay. I don't think we have anything like that around here. We're just a small town place, you know.
Well, this is LA, so you know. Everything goes.
That's funny. What about swipe left?
Swipe left. Oh, swipe left. Yes, swipe left. I was the mom of a guy who, you know, when all the dating apps were first popular, and you would swipe left, and he met this girl, and and then he brought her to the house, and I played his mom, and we had a nice dinner scene and stuff like that. So it was pretty very normal, just being a mom, looking out for her son role. So that was fun.
Do you have any charities that you're involved in that you want to plug on here?
I'm not personally involved with charities like that. I do, but what I am a huge fan of is the environment. So I do things like I purchase, it's called, oh my God, I just did my laundry today, they're laundry detergent sheets. And they come, it looks like a dryer sheet, but it's actually laundry detergent. And they send it in a packaging that is fully compostable. You can cut it up and put it in your garden. And I'm on a 2-month delivery cycle, so it's automatic. It just comes in the mail, and it comes in, everything is fully recyclable, and you don't use there's no more plastic jugs, no more of those big Tide things. So you put a sheet or two in your laundry, and it turns into a liquid in your washing machine, and that's the laundry detergent that we use. So all those kinds of things we do. We fully compost all our food at home and recycle every single thing. We have all our recycling shopping bags, and that's how I teach my kids and everything that we do at the restaurant. We only give like disposable forks and things like that upon request. If people don't finish their water at the table, I go water a plant with it. We don't throw it away. It's just being really aware of how we can minimize our waste and how we can just live with the smallest amount of waste as possible and all that kind of stuff. But I do, at the restaurant, I feed people. If I see someone walking by and, or whatever, there's people that come on a regular, that I feed on a regular basis and take care of, and things like that. So there's not an organization per se, but I myself feed as many people as I can and do whatever I can to help whoever crosses my path.
Yeah, I remember you were part of, excuse me, when I brought this up to Adam and Deborah. You remember the Doubtfire Face challenge I threw at you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys do that.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. You know, but I've thrown that out to people and I donate to the charity of their choice in return, you know?
Oh, that's
So,
great.
yeah,
Well,
it's
mine would definitely be geared towards uh, any animal. Both my dogs are from the same rescue.
I'll
I
tell
bought
you
my
what. I'll tell you what. What's your what would be your charity? I'll make a donation to it and you do a Doubtfire Pie in the Face challenge
Okay.
for
Well, you know what?
suicide and depression awareness.
I love that. Then in that case, it would probably be the animal rescue that my dogs came from.
Do you have a link for that?
Um,
Excuse me.
yeah, I'll send you their information. They're called Bark and Bitches, and
I love that.
I know it's great, and it's here in Los Angeles. And she's always, this woman. She gets dogs from China. She goes to Costa Rica and gets dogs. One of our dogs was rescued from uh, San Bernardino, from Bakersfield, which is hours away from here, a couple hours away from here. And she's constantly traveling and bringing back crates and crates of dogs and taking care of them. Even the sick dogs she brings, and she gets them all the care that they need to be healthy enough to go, to be adopted. Yeah, and it's just the work this woman does it's endless. And she's always looking for more resources to help her save all these animals.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Barks and Bitches,
Yeah, Bark and Bitches. Okay.
I'll make a donation to that.
I
And
love
you
that.
do the Doubtfire Pie in the Face
Okay.
challenge for suicide and depression awareness
I
and
will definitely do that.
nominate 3 people. I'm trying to get people in the industry involved.
Okay, I'm gonna think on that. Who can I nominate? That's cool.
There
I
you
love
go.
it. That would be so amazing. Definitely do it.
Yeah. Especially since you're at a restaurant, you know.
Yeah, I'll do it right. I'll do it in my work day. I'll have a whole restaurant full of people as a witness to move forward with that and make it more aware. Yeah, I did a commercial a couple years ago, a little even a domestic violence awareness commercial and stuff. And I really support all the awareness around domestic violence in a big, big, big way. Because
Awesome.
so many of the things you don't identify, you think, oh, well, I didn't get hit, so I'm not being abused. But there's so many other ways that people abuse people that doesn't come with a physical punch. And those are the things that are really, really devastating and really take a toll.
Speaking of physical violence, poor Nate, I'll tell you,
I know,
all the
I
physical
know.
abuse he took. And the
He
fact he,
loved every second of it.
I bet he did. So what you got coming up?
So, as far as Skeleton Crew goes, we have Dread coming up, which is
Mhm.
great. We also, This Perfect Day is the one about the wedding. That's
Oh,
in the mix. There's also something Adam's working on, an anthology called 7x7.
okay.
And there's, oh, yeah, well, he's got the Fat Camp Massacre, and then something else he's been working on called Domestic Terrorist, which is really cool. And that's exciting. Outside of Skeleton Crew, I have this little short film. It's like a little concept film that we did. I'm sure you've seen it on all my social media, called 99 Problems. And
Yes.
yes, and
Yes.
so that's a really cool kind of sci-fi thriller. We've been in so many festivals. Mike Kehoe is the writer and director of that, and it's fantastic because, you know, he's got the whole series in his head, and this is like a little piece taken out of that. We have 101 laurel leaves on our little poster, which is pretty freaking remarkable. We've been to so many festivals, and we were just at Screamfest at the Chinese Theater in LA, and Adam and Deb came because Will Dixon and I are in the film together. And Adam and Deb came out, and so it was wonderful. We had a little dinner. We saw the movie on the big screen at the Chinese, and had so much fun. But that's cool. So we're hoping to turn that into a series, which would be amazing. What else? I feel like there's something else I'm not remembering.
Do you have 99 problems?
I have 99 problems, yes, but they're all great. I'm really happy about them. So yeah, yeah, that would be great, making that into a series. It's cool, and the music is amazing. And the John Connor, he's a cinematographer on the project, and he's actually doing, oh my God, my brain is so not. Today's my day off, and I have no brain today. But he's the DP on a big show that's now in its 4th season. That I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what the name of it is, but so he's like really out there in the big world as well. And so for him to work on this project with us, he's gotten a tremendous amount of awards for the cinematography as well on this project. So it's another really cool team to be a part of.
Today's your day off. You know what? My cat's day off too. Actually, my cat's day off is every day.
Lucky. It's good to be a cat.
Oh, yes, it is. Be nice if he'd step up once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
Over there curled up, laying down, like, you know. See,
That's okay.
I gotta work tonight, and I thought maybe he would fill in for me, and guess there's no hope in that.
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow. You never know.
Yeah, right.
little you know, assistance from the universe will give him a little boost.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that I got introduced to you through this movie right here.
Me
What an
too.
introduction. I love this movie. I think more people should see this movie.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and I hope to see more of this out of Skeleton Crew, because I'm going to tell you, if this is what Adam and Deborah and company are doing, I want to see more.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
trust me. What's coming is just as good, if not better. And a little. And what's really great is it's like every film that Adam's working on, it has a very specific intention. And while they're in a similar genre, it's very different. And the way he goes about it is very different, which is so exciting, because when, you know, you have someone like Adam Marcus who and Deborah, who when they write together, they know the people that they're writing for the most part, like in Secret Santa. And he really like Adam just knows each one of us on such a beautiful, intimate level. You know, like he knows, like I'm always saying that, like I feel like a 19-year-old boy trapped in this body. Like I want to just like ride motorcycles and shoot guns and do all this fun, crazy stuff. And then like I have this responsibility of being this, you know, female and doing stuff. But it's funny. So I love that he gets those parts of me, and I get to live them out through the characters, which is super, super fun and rewarding for all of us.
That's awesome. Well, speaking of Secret Santa, are you preset for Christmas? I
I
know
am.
yeah, got all
Yeah.
your Christmas shopping done?
I have some of those on the side, yes, that are about to be wrapped and that will be distributed, as a good little elf does.
Yeah. I wish they would get you out at some of the cons.
I did. Well, I went to Indianapolis. I was in Indianapolis with them last 2 years ago already, and that's where we met Vincent and Drew from Never Hike Alone. We met them at Indianapolis, and I saw Vincent at the screening on Friday night, and Drew and I, you know, we chat all the time on Instagram, which is really great. So yeah, it's really cool how all the paths are crossing, and it's becoming one big happy family, which is amazing.
I've never had Andrew on here, but I've had Vincent DeSante on here
Yeah,
twice.
and Vincent, actually, he's been eating at my restaurant for years. We just didn't know each other until we met in Indianapolis. And it was like, wait a minute, how do I know you? And here was from, he's been eating at my diner.
There you go. I
Isn't
like
that crazy?
Vincent. I'll tell you, he's got a good mind
He does.
for the business. And I think if the Friday the 13th people were smart, they would let him take this franchise and go with it, because
Yeah.
I've had him on here twice and he knows how to fill in the plot holes. And that franchise has a lot of plot holes.
Yes.
And
And
he has the shovel to fill those in, and he knows
that's
what he's
amazing.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's
no,
super
I
cool.
like what he's doing. Yeah. But yeah, Never Hike Alone was great, and Never Hike in the Snow, and it was wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing what else he does. Another fan film I would recommend though is It's Me Billy, the Black Christmas fan film.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. I haven't done that one. It's Me, Billy.
Yep. It's directed by Dave McCrae and Bruce Dale out of
Okay.
Toronto, Canada. Yeah, because Black Christmas has had two horrible follow-ups. Dave McCrae knew exactly what to do with Black Christmas, and I think it's the best fan film since Never Hike Alone.
Oh, awesome. I'll definitely check it out then.
It's great. It is great. So that one I highly recommend. So yeah, plug your restaurant on here one more time for those that want to come in. And
All right. It's S&W Country Diner, located in Culver City, California at 9748 Washington Boulevard. And yeah, we're open breakfast and lunch 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
what do you think is your best dish?
Oh, I love our breakfast burrito. That's
Oh,
my favorite.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll get to California. I get people asking me if I'll come, but I don't even have a passport yet.
Oh my gosh, why don't you have a passport?
Because up until a few years ago, I never traveled. I'm lucky to get to Toronto.
Well, I love Toronto. I haven't been there in so long, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio originally, and I used to drive up to Toronto for weekends every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun. I love it.
When you lived in Cleveland, Ohio, did you like fist pump when Huey Lewis mentioned Cleveland and Heart of Rock and Roll?
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot of rock and roll going on in Cleveland, and we get thrown in the mix every once in a while.
Nobody remembers us here in New Brunswick, Canada. We're the parts unknown of the world. I swear that when the Ultimate Warrior was booked as being from parts unknown, I swear he must have been from New Brunswick. It's the only place I know it's parts unknown.
Oh, that's
Because
funny.
I'm 4 hours ahead of you, but most people are
Uh-huh.
like, are you 3 hours? No, 4.
Yeah.
We're Atlantic Canada. We're a little different up here. We're colder up here.
Yeah, I'm good without all the cold on a daily basis.
Yeah, what you guys consider cold and what we consider cold are two different things.
Oh, absolutely. Like, today I think it's like 60 degrees and raining. We're like, oh my God, it's so cold. We have to put a
Oh,
fire in
really?
the fireplace.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
60
it's 60,
degrees, huh?
61. It's 61 and raining
Oh,
right now. I'm
yeah.
checking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
61 and raining.
I've lived in below zero weather though, so I know what that's all about.
61 degrees. That's like t-shirt and shorts weather here.
Yeah, you hear people have their winter coats on and their boots. It's hilarious. It's really funny.
I heard stories about Canadians showing up in California and they're like in their shorts and t-shirts and
Yep, you always know the people from the Midwest or from Canada when we're here in the winter and we have a hat and a scarf and a coat and boots on, and they show up in flip-flops, short and t-shirt, and they're like, "This is like spring for us," and we're like, "It's freezing. It's so cold."
okay, I'm happy where I am. I'm now convinced. You guys are
Yep.
out of whack.
Well, yeah, there's some truth to that.
Hmm. Well, you know what? I enjoyed having you on here again today, and I saw like I always go through and when the anniversaries and stuff come up, yours has got your anniversary coming up and I'll be posting that. And I was like, I should have Michelle Renee Allaire back on.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
and for next year's anniversary, we're gonna have way more to talk about because I know we'll have hopefully at least 2 new films in the can by then.
In the can, you mean like the washroom?
No, not that can. In the can, in the film can, in the film can, or in the
It
can. I don't know.
reminds me of a scene that Chevy Chase did in one European Vacation. They said, "Would you like a Coke, sir?" I said, "Yes." "Would you like it in a glass or in a can?" He says, "No, I'll have it right here. I'll have it right
Oh,
here."
that's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you on here today. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out and have you on again next year,
I
and
love it.
yeah, I was happy to get you on before I head off to Toronto for Frightmare and my first convention in a couple of years, and I kind of need it. I don't know. My supervisors are not looking forward to me going for a week. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure she is not. She will miss you terribly, but you deserve to enjoy every second of your vacation and do a lot of things that just make you feel happy.
Well, Lisa Langwa was a guest twice on my show. If you've seen Class of 1984, she's in that, and I'll be meeting her down there at some point because she was my eyes and ears in Toronto when I go down there, and now I kind of know what I'm doing down there, but I always like to connect with Lisa when I go down there.
Of course.
Yeah,
Well, you have a lot to look forward to.
I've got a lot to look forward to. In fact, I saved my free movies because I got these scene cards for the movie theater, and you get so many points, you get free movies. I got over 20 free movies, and
Oh,
I always tell Lisa, pick movies. We'll go see some movies when I'm in Toronto.
oh, how fun.
hmm So that's what
Well,
I like
cool.
to do. Yeah. Anyway, before I let you go, would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Okay. Hang on one second. What is the true title of your show? It's the
Python's
Python,
Paradise.
Python's Paradise. All right.
Yeah. And just state your name and that you're part of Secret Santa and say you're
Okay.
listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Perfect. All right. Hi, my name is Michelle Allaire, and I play Jacqueline on Secret Santa, and you are listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
Absolutely. And if Adam Marcus sees this, he's under contract, an unofficial contract to put Michelle in all of his movies.
Yes.
Absolutely. I demand to see
I
this
love it.
gorgeous, beautiful woman in all of his movies.
Thank you.
And she
Thank
has
you.
to
I
beat
appreciate
people up
that.
in every one of them too, because that's always fun.
Of course. It's fun for all of us.
Absolutely. And Deborah has to cackle in every one of them too. I'm making a
Yes.
lot of demands on his movies that he has to follow.
All right. It's all right. We'll take them.
Well, you know what? It was wonderful having you on here today. Secret Santa, folks, check it out. It is a very bizarre Christmas tradition movie. And my lovely guest today is part of it, and she steals every scene she is in.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful, and I look forward to our next one.
We will have a next one. I'm going to put you on the list for next year. So next October, November, somewhere in there, I'll have
All
you
right.
back on and we'll do a follow up.
Sounds fantastic.
The great thing about Zoom is I can see your beautiful face.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. God bless you. You have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you, and have a great, great, great vacation.
Thank you very much. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Take care,
Bye
Greg.
bye. Bye.
Okay, bye.